Are modern housewives feminist? Well, Miss Pearl thinks so. In her new podcast with Mr. Hijab, they discuss about modern housewives, the feminist movement, and the role of women in the household. So, to begin, somebody better cue up my damn intro. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of the most merciful, most kind, en nombre más misericordioso y compasivo. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Rican Muslim. So yeah, Mr. Hijab and Pearl talk a little bit about modern housewives, and feminism. So without further ado, let's see what they have to say.
What's your view on a housewife? Because I'm quite confused now. I thought you were pro-housewife.
Well, I have a nuanced.
Go on. Go on.
Nuance.
I think that housewives that actually are committed to being housewives are amazing. They're special. They're awesome.
Sure.
That is not what I see as the average American housewife.
Okay.
The average American housewife has her kids in public school. It's 1.2 children. They don't typically learn a bunch of recipes for the family. It's a lot of easy bake stuff.
Is that a prerequisite? Like she has to know the recipes?
No, it doesn't have to be recipes, but there has to be some level of effort, right, to serve your family.
Okay.
And I would say it is more typical and more common that housewives today tend to, oftentimes are looking for a handout.
Okay, but...
Well, it also depends. Start to discuss a little bit. When you say just American on it, Hispanic American families are different. Even Asian American families are a lot different. Comes to gender roles, housewives, Filipino. Like it's just, I think Caucasian wives, for the most part, I think that's it. And I see it a lot from just talking and interacting, and even I think African American. It's just the culture of the whole housewife thing is in their eyes. It's very ugh. They don't actually see it as an actual value, versus more traditional households like Hispanic or Asian. You see vast differences on it. So I guess our lines are still just only one area. And handouts, well, it's just, if something is given with no effort, people are just gonna take it anyways. So there's that part as well. So it's not enough. I don't think she has enough nuance when it comes to that, or at least not enough knowledge.
Let's put things in perspective. Do you differentiate between housewives that are looking after kids and the ones that are not?
Say that again?
Do you differentiate between housewives that are looking after kids and those who are not?
I would say based on what most housewives I know are looking after children.
Okay.
And there's one, I'll give you an example. There's a woman I grew up around. She had 2 kids. They were in private school. But she was like the most hardworking woman I've ever met in my life. They lived on like a farm. She made every recipe from scratch. Like this woman, she was a superhero. I'm not talking about women like her, but for every one woman like her, there's like 5 women that honestly are just kind of lazy.
Okay, yeah. I can see your criticism here, but
She mentioned private school. So income. She only knows high income families. Unless you actually delve into the low income, which is the vast majority of the United States, it doesn't make her argument is just based on just privilege. That privilege is gone, and it was done by design. Everybody knows that. It's a design to destroy the family unit, and they succeeded. Plain simple. Churches did not fight against it. They're just kind of like, single mothers comprise the most amount that go to church, and they are the ones that give the most. Pretty simple.
Let's flesh it out a little bit.
I'm not against Housewives.
Yeah.
You know, but I think in the
Because that
modern
would be odd. Because what
no,
would
no,
be?
no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
yeah.
But I'm against lazy. I don't
Sure.
like lazy. I'm from the Midwest. We're
Yeah.
just a hardworking people out there.
All right. So let's say, for example, a woman has a couple of kids, 2 kids.
To say there's no lazy people in the Midwest is kind of, doesn't make any sense now. There's still lazy people everywhere. I do think that most Americans are lazy. They also value comfort over everything else, including their own religion. So everything's about comfort, about overindulgence. It has nothing to do with anything else. Hard work is a 4-letter word, not across the board from everywhere. So even in the Midwest.
For the sake of argument, right?
Mhm.
She has to. She spends the majority of her time with them, which means that she's going to look after them.
That's good.
Would
Yeah.
that be acceptable?
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I don't think we disagree then. In that case, look, if she's a woman who's looking after kids or looking after her family, whatever, then I agree that this would be considered to be.
Yeah, but if the kids are in public school, I don't think there's a problem with a woman getting a part-time job or a job at home, because most people can't survive on one income now.
Yeah, for me, like
and a lot of women feel entitled to stay at home. And my thing is, if you do the housewife thing the right way, which is, get married at young and, dedicate most of your time to your family, fine. But what I am seeing is, now women want to be housewives and they expect the men to pay for it while simultaneously taking the jobs that pay well. You can't have it all, ladies.
No, but with that, I don't have a problem with that. Like,
also, I mean, it's not that they're entitled. I mean, that is a role. Whether or not they actually fulfill the role, it's a different story. So I think that's what the news on there as well. And I think most they don't want. It's not. I don't think they can survive with one income. I believe so. The problem is lifestyle. The lifestyle that they want to live. Everybody wants a lifestyle. They want the comforts. They want this. They want that. They want this. They're not willing to part with that. Why? Because there's plenty of Hispanics come with a family of 6, from, let's say, Mexico. One person's only working, work 68 hours a week. He will. They survive just fine. They don't have a problem living on one trailer. Tell that to any American, they're like, gross. See what I mean? So that's why it's always about lifestyles, about money. It's about comfort. It's really the only thing. Has nothing to do with the fact about creating a family, creating a community, or creating a society.
Like, it's so long as she's servicing the husband, because he's getting something out of this. If she's not servicing him, I agree with you.
Well, I guess my point is most women won't get it anyways.
What do you mean?
Only 1 out of 4 women get to be stay-at-home wives. So the majority of women, that's not going to happen.
Won't get this scenario. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what we're trying to change, that, isn't it?
Well, I'm a little bit more pessimistic. I don't think I can change the world. I think most people that try to change the world go crazy.
What's your objective then?
I describe what's going on.
Why?
I think it's interesting.
But what's the reason for it? What's your motivation?
People have always described what's going on throughout history. Someone had to write about it. Someone had to talk about it.
Sounds to me that you're just grifting then. You're just like, oh, this is going to get views, it's going to give me attention, I'm going to do it. So again, it's just, this is a problem with the whole red pill movement type deal. It just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of trash.
Some people,
I find it entertaining.
No, I'm with you. But
I also think it's important that the next generation gets the right information. But I'm not hopeful that even if younger women get the right information, they will make better choices.
Of course it will.
I think people are people. I asked my dad once if he thought people change. He told me no. He said, if anything, they get worse over time. And if ever anything went wrong in life, I said, if there was a scandal in the town we're from, I'd say, Dad, could you believe it? That happened or that happened. He'd say, people are people.
Yeah, that pessimistic, view on things just doesn't bode well if you are in any type of faith. It doesn't make any sense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could change anything, could change anyone. it can make anyone better. That's my belief. I believe in every Muslim. Forgives everybody. He's the most kind and most merciful, and he will change your life. He will change you, who you are. So if you don't believe that, then you don't have any faith or foundation on anything. And I think that's where her problem lies. Even her own personal views just contradict to having any type of faith or religion. So yeah, people can change for the better, especially if they have a God guiding them. They have a deep understanding on their Creator, and yes, people can change. So no, they do not. It will not get worse over time. My parents have gotten better, and inshallah, one day they'll become Muslims. But yes, no, it's the whole pessimistic outlook. That's more like should call a whole black pill thing on there. And yes, when people do get the right information, they do make the right decisions. And why wouldn't they? Some won't, but a lot of them will. A lot of them will once to give them the right information, the right guidance. They will. So it's just not having any nuance on there, and that's why the whole red pill movement thing is just kind of trash to begin with. But let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, and let me know what you guys think about this video. And until next time, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.